Hey everybody, it's Connie with Connie's Crafty Corner. I'm going to have to film a quick video because I got to run to the post office to drop something off that's one of my finished projects. And usually I end up having to mail them before I get my video filmed, and I wanted to do that today. So, and then I'm going to tell you a little life update at the end, but, and some prayer requests for somebody in my family. But, the last video or so, I had showed you where I unboxed the shawl that I did with the ladies, the collaboration. I broke all the rules and didn't film my videos correctly, and I do greatly apologize because I had a wonderful time participating. But I love the shawl that I made. I think it's Jana K. Y'all, I'm so bad with names. I will link everybody's channel below. I love that shawl so much, I made myself one. This is the shawl, and I'll link it down below. I love this shawl. But I made mine in all white. And I hadn't woven in the ends, but I have blocked it. Look at the detail. I love the trim on this shawl. It's just beautiful. But it's huge, y'all. It's huge. I used almost two skeins of a sock weight yarn. And I couldn't tell you the name of it because I really don't remember, and I didn't have the ball band. But I know it's Expressions Fiber Arts. But I made this. I love it. Is that not just gorgeous, the trim? That's the reason I had to make it. And I thought I'd try it in a one color because I thought it would stand out more. But I think it's just a perfect lightweight spring shawl because it's so open. So I got that made. And my other finished project, the reason I'm having to rush off to the post office, is I made Rowan and Bodie's Easter basket. Sarah had saw this Easter basket that you could get personalized on Etsy, and of course I said, no, I can make it. We're not going to spend $40. I've already told you guys, I think, the story, where it wasn't going to get here in time, and I got the fabric wrong and all that stuff. But I have finally finished them. And this one's Bodie's. There's his name. And this is the basket. And the way this works is you fill it up, and then you tie the bow. And then once you get the bow tied, you tuck the ears to where they stand up in the back. And that's let me see if I can show you better. That's the finished basket. And this pattern came in like 6, 8, and 10 inch. And I went ahead and made the 10 inch because you never know how much they're going to put in there. And over the years, it'll turn into little gifts instead of, candy and stuff like that. And I think that's what Sarah does anyway, is put little things in there. And I just want to make sure she had plenty of room, but it turned out pretty big. But that's Bodie. And the rabbit, I just found that outline of the rabbit on the internet, took a screenshot and printed it off. I didn't want to pay for the thing because, I shouldn't have said that. That might be wrong and people might not like the fact that I did that. But I spent so much money trying to find this fabric, I had to cut costs somewhere. But there's Rowan's. So I'm very proud of these. I think they turned out perfect. The pattern didn't call for it, but I put like a fusible interfacing in there. It's a little bit just tiny bit padded. It's very thin. I don't have any in here. I do, but it's stuffed in the back of that closet. But I wanted it to be able to stand up better, so it stands up pretty much on its own. So, and he's got, of course, got the little ears inside. So that's the two things that I finished. And I started another shawl. I'm working on getting rid of all the skeins over here that are wound up. And I had this that I got, I think it was interlacements. I don't know. I think this is a rayon, maybe a cotton yarn or a wool. I can't remember. I have had this for years. And it was 900 yards. And I could not think of the life of me what to make this with this, because the yarn has got a texture to it that's kind of different. It's curly, sort of, as I throw the Easter baskets in the floor. So I thought I need something open and airy. And you guys, I don't know the name of this shawl, but I will link it down below. And it is a very fast workup, and it's super simple to make. But of course, I changed the pattern up just a little bit. And I'll tell you why in just a second. It's a triangle shawl. And this is it. It's very open. I think it's another one that would be good for, you know, spring and even summer if you're, you know, a little bit of coolish, because it's very lightweight. This yarn is marvelous. It's just wonderful. But I've got, it's huge, y'all. It's huge. But what I did different is I've started going around it makes its own border. Every row you do, you make the border on the end. But what the border has is just these two little clusters here, okay? And you notice I've got some chains going across it. What I'm doing, let's see if I've started it over here. I don't think I have, but what I'm gonna do is on top of the chains here, I'm gonna do another little granny of some sort. No. I have started it. See, I had to talk it through for y'all. I have started doing this little thing here. So that's what the row I added, and then I'm going back down and I'm putting like a single crochet, half double, double, triple, and then back down again in each little space. I want to try to, the reason I'm doing it is I want to try to use up all this yarn because like I said, it was 900 yards. I'm not going to get it all used up, but I'm going to get a whole lot more closer than if I'd have stopped when I did. But this is a work in progress. And just to update you, I have copied about 4 recipes. I went through, this is for the Christmas idea that I mentioned in my video, the last one or the one before. I've rewritten about 4 of them. I've started sorting through to kind of figure out which ones I'm going to include and which ones I'm not. So I am working on it in case any of you guys are wondering, because I'm a procrastinator. And that's the reason I'm in such a hurry today and my videos all over the place. And I have not taken my Zyrtec in the last 2 or 3 days because I forgot, because that's another thing I have issues with. I forget stuff. Let's see. And that's all I've got to show you guys. But I did want to ask for some prayers. I call her my niece. I've explained this to you guys a lot. Her name's Jenna. She's my first cousin's daughter. She is like 35 weeks pregnant, but her 2-year-old had to be admitted to the hospital last night. He's got really high fevers. And they're just testing for a multitude of things. We feel like everything's going to be okay. But if any of you guys are praying, people just send up a prayer for Rollins, is his name. And also, my son Zach and his wife, my daughter-in-law, Jasmine, they're going in for an IVF transfer on Monday. This will be their 2nd attempt. So please, please pray for them. This has been something that's kept me up at night because I want this for them so bad. I even have dreams about it. But we know God's will be done. So, but, you know, prayer, I really believe makes a difference. So let's just pray that this baby takes hold and, you know, begins its new little growth in Jasmine and they get to have a baby. But also, I got some test results back. I'm not going to go into extreme detail because the doctor hasn't even told me what's wrong, except I got a result today. They're thinking it's some type of autoimmune disease, that it's maybe, I can't think what it's called, something to do with the thyroid. And reading all the symptoms and the causes and all that, it just makes so much sense. But like I say, I haven't got an official diagnosis yet, but just to let you guys know that things are moving along. I did have a ultrasound of my legs from top to bottom, and that turned out fine. All my other blood work's fine except for this antibody test I had. So I don't go to the doctor till May the 6th. I really don't know what exactly it is. They're just leaning toward autoimmune. So, you know, just if you want to pray for me, just to, you know, be okay. I did have a moment of terrible weakness and was texting a good friend the other night. I'm scared. I was scared because at that point I didn't know. I knew I had bad results, but I didn't know what that meant. And I found that out today. But y'all, this video is not normally a video like I make. I'm usually all over the place, but I know my energy's a little low. I know that I've been a little bit scatterbrained, but I'm in a big hurry because I got to hurry up and get to the post office. Hopefully the next video will be much different, much calmer, and a little bit more organized. But I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.